It used to be a thriving site, and then the storm hit. The whole pit filled like a bowl, and the operation drowned right alongside it. But none of that matters now, because this place, it's mine now, and I'm here to bring it back to life.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Flooded Quarry Project. So it's morning here. We're about to get up and actually get some dirt moving today. So if you saw the last episode, we went through and showed off the quarry here. We went through our rules and the quests that we need to complete for this series. So now we're just going to go ahead and start moving dirt around. So we got some dirt moved around at the end of last episode that we were able to put into the hopper here. I haven't moved anything over to the sell point yet. So we're going to be starting off with $50,000. So we're definitely going to need to start getting some money put in here. So right now all I can do is sell whatever we have processed. I can't actually come through and pick and choose what I want to keep. Like the pay dirt, I can't go and put up there on that wash plant. So the first thing we probably want to do is start setting up our production line. So we're going to need to get us a wash plant and all that stuff built onto our system here. And then we'll need to put storage containers, probably move them over for here for now. I haven't decided where we're going to build our smelters and all that stuff. So we're going to have to find a destination to put that, to put a storage container or a storage silo next to it. So we can transfer that stuff from the silo to the smelters and the wash plants where we get all that set up. But again, right here is where I want to have my actual main plant area. So the process plant's going to come up and cover up around this mountain here. We'll probably have to cut a lot of it down, but we'll get into that once we start building it. But right now we just need to start making some money so we can get our process plant built. So the couple of things that we're probably going to need right away so we can start sorting stuff out a little bit more. Let's come down here to our factory. So we got asphalt plant and coal screening. We're not going to worry about a lot of that right now. I'm not going to separate the coal because this will separate the coal from the other stuff. We'll probably want to do that later on. But we probably want to get us a trommel so we can get the dirt and the pay dirt off to one side, and then everything else will be sold to the other side. And then of course we're going to need our wash plants so we could go ahead and wash the pay dirt out. And then we'll separate the dirt and all that stuff also, probably by another trommel. So the dirt can be transferred directly to the sell point, so we don't have to worry about transferring it. So the pay dirt and the coal, I think, are going to be the first ores that we're really going to get into. So if I come over here to where we've already kind of started out, I built a little spot here where the truck can park. But back here, this right here is coal. Pretty sure. Let's see here. Yeah, so we got coal in this area right around here. So we're going to start digging this up first. And then it looks like it comes down all the way down to here. We got some other... So we got some gold ore and silver ore down here. So this is going to be the first area that we're going to be cutting out. We're also going to need to make a better road to get down through here. Now going back further that way, we have some blasted rock that we can start breaking up, but that's going to be another future update. It's a long haul to get from down there. We're going to have to make a road to actually get down there. Really good road. We can't just dig out just a little bit of a road. That's part of our rules. We have to build an actual proper hauling road. So that's going to take some time to get down there to that stuff, and then it's going to take money to get the dynamite and everything to blast it. And then we'll probably want to get bigger rock trucks and stuff. So that's going to be further on down the road to get down to that. But right now this looks like the closest ore that we got to our process area. So this is going to be what we're going to first dig out. I was trying to dig a little bit of this out so I could get over here to this. We might want to rechange that. Because the road comes down through here. It's not a proper road yet. We don't have to make it completely proper just yet. I might be able to park the truck right here, and then we can start digging out this top part. And once we get this top part out, I want to try to keep the truck lower than what we're actually digging out. So maybe if we make the road come down this way, and then we'll eventually have the truck parked down here. Get this pit hole right here. See anything in it? I think this is just all regular dirt. Yeah, this is all regular dirt. So I think if we make the loading area down here, so we'll make a road coming up from around here, and we'll wrap around and then come through here. So we'll have to fill this in with some dirt. And then we can make the road finish, keep going this way. I'm sure that we'll be able to find some more ores and stuff here on the side of this mountain. And that way we can start digging out all this stuff right here. So I guess we could start working on getting some of this up here put out. So I'll bring the truck up, park it right here. We might flatten this out a little bit, but we'll park the truck right here and then start loading off some of this stuff over here. We're going to have to make a bigger path through here too. So I might start working on this, making a parking spot for the truck first. And then we'll bring the truck down and then start loading this stuff up in it. Right, first, I'm going to need to go get some gas. Go get gas now where we don't have to worry about it later. So I'm going to drive up and get some gas real quick. Let me flatten some of this out. I think this should be good for now. It's not perfect, but again, it's just going to be more temporary. It just helps with having the loader a little bit higher than the rock truck. That way you can dump it in a little bit easier. Not worried about deleting any of this material right here, because we're eventually going to be able to have a whole bunch. Alright, so let's go get the rock truck down here to see if it fits really good. We'll run up here and grab that real quick. Back and into this spot here, and we'll bring the dozer up there and start filling this up. Let's see how much we can get for now. At least start to make us a nice little mining area right here. Yeah, I think that's going to be high enough. Work this here. Look at our front end loader here. Alright, so we might have to get a way to get up there. I have to come around the other side. Let me take out this big lump here and then kind of make a better platform up here. Probably want to cut a little bit more of this out right here so I can get a little bit closer. This is still not as close as I want it to be. I've got promoted at least to labor tier 3 now. Those promotions are going to come in handy for when we want to get our new equipment, bigger, better equipment. I think that'll do a little bit better. Let me put this stuff in here. Alright, so let's go ahead and start loading this up. I think we got about another 1 or 2 more loads left. Maybe bring some of this down, but we're going to have to create a way to kind of get down this way. So we're going to cut out this whole area right here. And we got a lot of this back here we can put in. So we're probably not going to be getting a lot of money out of what we got so far, but this will help with the foundation up here. So let me start digging. looking at everything, I decided to go ahead and just make the road to go down here, and then we're gonna make it so the dump truck stops right here, so I can clear all that stuff out there out. I think that'll make it a little bit easier. So we kind of already made us a little bit of a road coming down. Just flatten it here, make it easier. We'll come through and work on this road later when we make it more permanent. We'll probably want to level it out a little bit more. But I think once I'm able to actually get the dump truck to park right here, so we'll cut out this little bit here, and then it can back in, or we can have it probably come down, make a loop around, and then come in this way. And then it'll drive back up that way. But we can cut more of this road out too once we get up here, and we can start loading stuff off a little bit easier. And then we can get all this coal that's up on this way. So I'm going to go dump this off, and then we'll finish cutting out that bit. I'll probably bring the truck down here and make it a little bit closer, so we're not driving all the way up here to it. So let's go ahead and flatten this out. We should be fine for the truck to go ahead and park over here. Cut a little bit of this out here to get a little bit smoother edge right here. Yeah, I think that'll work. We'll go drop this off, and then we'll start taking out the top part. Before we head back down, I want us to go ahead and start getting some of this dirt moving up to the sill point. We almost got it completely full. So let's go ahead and turn this on. That'll start getting some of the stuff. Oh, we blew a power pole here. I don't know why we blew that one. Gonna have to get that fixed. But we still got power going through here, so we don't got power up here to our actual other part of the sill point over there. We do have it going off, and our money should be going up now. So we'll keep that running, that processing, while we're making some more trips. We almost got that hill down. So that'll help, and then we'll move on down to the next shelf after that. Low on fuel, so I'm going to take this load and just drive it up there, and then we'll come back and get the truck. More of that done. We finished clearing out the rest of what was in the hopper. So what you see now is just the dirt that we just dumped into it. That shouldn't take that long for it to process through the builds there. But we're up to $87,000. We started at $50,000. Got a couple of, had to fill gas up a couple of times. So we're actually doing really good with money, I think, for the first day. Gonna finish out cutting out the rest of this hill here, and then that might be it for right now, but we'll see as we keep going. Just gotta clear some of this out. A lot of the hills are already down, so we cleared a lot of this out. So we just got this little bit here, and then I might try to make it at least level with here, so we'll have to skim it through here. That's not too much, so we'll have to cut out this little bit here, make that even back through here. So that's going to help with this road out when we build this road down some more to make it a little bit wider. And then we'll probably try to cut out some of this here. It looks like we got something here all the way out to here. So it's going to go from there straight out this way. Now it'll cut this hill down a little bit more too. But we might keep it with this slope going down. And then we're going to need to make a road that goes out this way. So we're going to want to cut around all this. So we might have to cut some of this down over here. and it's going to come down through here. That's why I got all this piled up here like this. So that's going to be the next part, is to cut out this part so we can start cutting out all the rest of this around here, and then to cut out the rest of this top part up here. So we're doing pretty good with it. Let me back this up and let me finish cutting out some more of this here. I'd like to try to get around $100,000, so make $50,000 this day. So we're getting very close to her, to 89,000. So I think we should be able to do it. So let's finish cutting this out. We got some more coal here, and then see what we got going on. So I got more of this down here cleared out. Let me smooth all this out so we can get the truck through here and get it emptied. So we're at 96,000. So we're almost to the goal that I wanted to do for today. So let's go drop this off, see how much more we get. Probably do another 1 or 2 more loads. We can get some more of this part here pulled out, since this is more of the money right here where the coal and the pay dirt is. I might work on cutting more of this out off screen. I might do a time lapse on it, just do a special one just for that if anybody wants to see that. So leave a comment down below. Tell me if you want to see just some time lapse spots too, if you enjoy watching that. Let me just go dump this out and then see how much more we got to get our goal. for the episode or the day. We're gonna let the rest of this process, so we can run down here and show you what we got. We got a lot of this hill cut out. We're gonna have to fix more of this road coming through here, but I might get the dozer to kind of level all this part out. We can actually get our haul road coming through here better. So we're gonna need to put some more dirt along here too. But we got all this cut out. We probably want to skim a little bit more of this, just a little bit more, and cut it this way before we break down to the next spot. So we're gonna have to build a road over here. I think we're gonna have to cut out this whole side over here and bring the road down like this. So it's gonna go along this way. That way I could keep clear of this bit right here. I might not have to go all the way down. I think right here would be fine for the road. This part right here that we're going to have to cut out. So if we bring the road up this way, I might get some cones and kind of mark off how I want the road to go. Since we don't have stakes, I can use the tall skinny cones to do that. Bring the road out around this way. And then it'll come down through here. We'll have to fill this hole in. And we might actually make it so the truck parks right here. Might make the truck park in the hole. And we'll have to dig out this a little bit. Get back up out of the hole. So we bring the road down here and then the trucks will have the truck can back up into this spot. So that might be what we'll do. And this will be the loading and unloading station from this area. And then that'll make it so we can park trucks here and then cut out more of all of this. So it's going to be the final spot, I think. So we got a plan for it. Let me get some cones. I'll mark this off later. I might do it off screen. But we might do it on the next episode. But for now, it looks like all of our stuff has been processed. So we make quite a bit of money. Again, we got to pay our investors from what our profit is for the day. So we started out with 50,000. So let's go pay that off. And then we'll find out what our final profit for today is. Before we do that, I want to replace that power line. So we could get power up there to our cell point. Let's go ahead and replace this real quick since now it'll come out of the profits. Oh, so we might have to upgrade all of these coming through here. I think up to this one right here in this middle. Let me upgrade all these real quick. Alright, we got the power poles back up. I threw the rest of the dirt that I had on me and in the truck. I was supposed to put that in the truck before. Already breaking some of my rules. There wasn't a lot of dirt, so I'm not too worried about it. I just gotta kind of get to that habit. So now we're at 91,316. So let's go ahead and add all this up here real quick. So that gave us a profit of $41,316. That's because we mainly had to replace the electrical pylons going up to here. Now with that there, we shouldn't have to worry about spending stuff like that anymore. So then we gotta pay our investors, so we gotta pay them 25% of that. So 25% of that's gonna be $10,329. Come over here to the bank. Gonna transfer to the company $10,329. So that's leave us with $8,987. After paying off the investors for today, we made $3,987. Well, that's still not bad profit. Again, most of it went to the power poles. We'll see if we can try to get that up a little bit more next episode. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoy this. Again, don't forget to check out the Discord channel and my Reddit channel for more out of ore content, plus some of my other games I got going on. And don't forget to check out my second Bubble Wack first. So again, thank you guys for watching. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time.